it's Cassidy and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is my January TBR. Don't know why I did that. The first video of the year, the first TBR of the year. My favorite video to film, which I say every month, but it just does not change. This is my favorite. Also, since it's January, that means I've been playing this game, my TBR game, for a whole entire year. Do I still not have a name? Correct, but that's okay. Today we are going to be rolling to find my January TBR. Let's first get into the rules, anything that's changing, anything like that. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both those would mean the absolute world to me. Comment down below what's on your January TBR, any of your reading goals, anything like that for the year. For those of you that have never seen my TBR game before, basically we have 1 to 6 on top, 1 to 6 on the side here. We roll 1 for across, 1 for down. Where they meet up, that is the prompt. Very plain and simple, easy. This is somewhat inspired by current chapters TBR games. I'll leave her channel down below. It kind of changes month to month how many rolls that I do. It's either 4 or 5, it just depends on the month. I usually can tell if I'm gonna have a busy month for the most part, so I'll do less rolls. I'm gonna keep that rule. I'm gonna do 5 most of the time, but if I know I'm gonna have a busy month, we will do 4, just to be kind to myself. I am going to add 100%, okay, I'm gonna say 99% of the time. If I do not finish my TBR from the month before, I will take a extra roll 99% of the time, because you know, there's gonna be probably one time where that's just not gonna happen, and there's gonna be stuff that probably came up, so I'm gonna be nice to myself again. But we're gonna try and do it every single month if I have to. Hopefully I don't have to, but I'm not taking one for December because we're starting the year off clear. We're also gonna do doubles, so if I get doubles, we will do an extra roll, which I am a little scared of. I kind of did it in the past year, or probably the past 6 months, but I haven't done it like strict, but we are going to do that this time. But I'm gonna cap it off at like maybe 7 or 8 books because I do not read that much. I'm not that fast of a reader, so that will be the cap. If I, for some reason, I'm getting like a bunch of doubles, we're just not gonna do more than that. Throughout the year, I've noticed there are some books, or there are some prompts that we don't get to see. They just don't happen to get rolled. It's all chance. So I decided for January, the new year, I'm gonna take all the prompts off of here, mix them all up, and put a new board up, just so we have a chance to get some other prompts. There are some new prompts, so hopefully we get some of those. I will do it each month where the prompts that I've got, I'm gonna set aside and for at least a couple months, not put them back in the jar to be picked again, at least until we're pretty low on choices, just so, again, things have more opportunities to be chosen. So I'm gonna switch those off right now. I'll do a little time lapse. BRB. This is the new board. Maybe I'll do a little close-up of it so you can see it a little bit better, because you can't really see it from here, but there is literally no other way that I can do this video. Let's just get into the first roll. I think we've done enough talking. Roll number 1 of a new year. Let's start it off good, hopefully. So for book 1 across, we've got a 5. And book 1 down, we've got a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Least favorite cover is the prompt that we got. Now we will pick from the extra prompts, replace that one with shortest book. So for our first book, first rolls of 2023, I got the prompt least favorite cover. For this one, I didn't have any that stuck out in my mind exactly. So for this one, I'll be reading The Deal by L. Kennedy. It just has a real person on the cover. Not really a fan of that. This one isn't awful, not my favorite either. So that's what I'm gonna read for least favorite cover. This one is a hockey romance, the start of the off-campus series. Going back and forth if I was going to read this series, and then I just finally decided I was going to. This one follows a girl. She's got a crush on this guy. Doesn't really have much experience with guys, I think, and she needs to make him jealous. So she teams up with the hockey team captain. His GPA is plummeting, so she tutors him so he will help her make this guy jealous, and then, you know, love happens or whatever. I think it's like a smutty book. I'm interested to see if I will like this series because I know lots of people really do, but I know some people really don't. So I'll like to see where I land. It feels like a thick one. It's almost 400 pages, so hopefully that is not too long for a romance for me. Yeah, that's the first book of 2023. Book number 2, we've got a 6 and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That got us the prompt monsters. So for this one, I use any type of like supernatural, but also it could be like a serial killer or someone like an awful person, a monster of a person. So let's see. I don't know what I'm gonna pick for this one. We will see. Replace that one with face on the cover. Actually, I do know what I'm gonna pick for this. I'm going to read Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. This is the second book in the Ninth House series. I think it's actually called like the Alex Stern series. It comes out January 10th or something like that. I'm really excited about it. I read Ninth House last year and I really enjoyed it, so I want to get to this one ASAP. Can't really tell you what happens in the second one. I actually don't even know what the synopsis is. The first one, we follow Alex Stern as she comes to Yale. Might be a different one, but Yale or something like that. After something really traumatic and a huge deal happened in her life, she is given a scholarship there to figure out, I think, something to do with murders on the campus, and it's like a supernatural kind of story. I can't really remember exactly what Ninth House is about. I thought I did, but now that I'm trying to tell someone, don't fully remember the synopsis, so I should probably read a spoiler thing before I read the second one. But yeah, I really liked the first book, so I'm excited to get to the second one. So yeah, supernatural, there's monsters, there's bad things, there's bad people, so it works perfectly for this prompt. For book number 3, we've got a 4 across and a 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That got us the prompt blurbed. I don't particularly like this prompt because it's kind of hard to find and it takes a lot of work to find something. So we will replace that with contemporary. For blurbed, I'm gonna go with The Ivies by Alexa Dawn. This is a YA mystery. Recently hauled it. Pretty much their lives surround getting into the Ivies. One of the Ivies is found dead hours after getting into Harvard. Olivia begins to question how far her friends are willing to go. Will Olivia's own acceptance letter become her death sentence? Sounds really good, and it's pretty short. And I read YA mysteries pretty fast because I'm usually really enjoying them. So I am going to put this on for blurbed. Oh, that's an important part. It is blurbed by Lori Elizabeth Flynn, who wrote The Girls Are All So Nice Here, which I read this year, and I enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. She said, a timely and compelling examination of the maelstrom, I don't know the word, created when girls are pitted against their environment and each other. So that's gonna be my blurb. I don't know what this was, but that will be the 3rd book on my TBR for January. The 4th book, we start with a roll across a 2 and a 6 down. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That got us the prompt random color generator, so we will do a random color generator, and that needs to be on the cover somehow. Should I do it once, or let's see what once gets us. Oh, I have to actually click a button. Brown. We're doing it 2 more times. I was gonna do it 3 times, but then I decided not to. But yeah, I don't have brown books. 2, 3. Olive gray. I'll go look, but I don't think I have anything. I don't think I have anything olive gray. So we will click it one more time. Oops, I'm doing things. Traffic white. Easy peasy, let's go. But first let's change the prompt to this one is booktube favorite / classic. We get that one all the friggin' time. It wasn't actually easy peasy. Most of the books that have white on them is just the title or the author, which is what I went with. The Ivies was one of my only books that's white. For this one, I've got an exciting book. I was trying to figure out how I could get this on my TBR for January, and I did it. So this is a series that I wanted to start for quite a while. It's the most hyped series pretty much ever. Just kidding, but like not. But I'm gonna be starting A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas in January. I have never read this. I've never read anything in this series. The only Sarah J Maas that I've read is House of Earth and Blood. I haven't even finished or really started House of Sky and Breath. I'm ready to get into this. I'm so excited. The first one's pretty short. I would like to read this whole series in 2023. That would be ideal, but we will see. A girl kills a wolf in the woods. A terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution, dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows about only from legends. She discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal, immortal fae who once ruled her world. At least he's not a beast all the time. As she adapts her to her new home, her feelings for the fairy Tamlin transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she's been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the fae. An ancient wicked shadow is growing, and she must find a way to stop it, or doom Tamlin and his world forever. So I'm really excited to be starting this series. Hopefully I finish it all in 2023. I think it's pretty addicting. So that's what I'll pick for white on the cover, because her name is in white on the front and on the side. For the final roll for our January TBR, we've got, sorry, that was a bad one, 5 across and 3 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I already got this one this time. The prompt for this one is shortest book. I don't know what that is. Let's replace it with more than 400 pages. I'm gonna go on Goodreads and see what my shortest book is. So this is what these prompts are for, to pick books that I probably wouldn't have normally just put on my TBR. My shortest book, I thought it was gonna be something else, but it's not. It is If I Stay by Gail Forman. Goodreads says it's 201 pages, so let's see what my copy actually is. There's a lot of extra stuff in here. Okay, my copy is 234 pages. So I technically have a book that's shorter than this. I think my actual shortest book is Keeping the Moon by Sarah Dessen. It's 228 pages. So I'm gonna let myself read either of these. These are both throwback books from a hot minute ago. I think I bought this in middle school and this one was in high school because I loved the movie of this, so I bought the book. Never read it. I was gonna read it last year, but I didn't get to it. But this is what Goodreads says is my lowest or my shortest, but I think this is actually, so I'll just let myself pick which one I want to read in the moment. She has everything, then in an instant, almost all of that is taken from her. Caught between life and death, between a happy past and an unknowable future, Mia spends one critical day contemplating and the only decision she has left, the most important decision she'll ever make. The movie is incredibly sad, but I really, really liked it, so I would like to read the book. Then we also have Keeping the Moon, where I don't know if her name is Coley or Coley. She never fit in, first because she was fat, then after she lost weight it was because of a reputation that she didn't deserve. So when she sent it to stay with her eccentric Aunt Mira for the summer, Coley doesn't expect too much. After all, why would anyone in Colby, North Carolina want to bother with her when no one back home does, but Colby turns out to be a nice surprise for Coley. Almost without trying, she lands herself a job at the Last Chance Bar and Grill. There she meets fellow waitresses Morgan and Isabel, two best friends who teach her what friendship is all about and help her learn to appreciate who she really is. This is like my favorite author in middle school, so I would like to read this. Either of these work for this prompt. I'm allowing it. So this is my TBR for January, plus Hellbent, minus one of these bottom books, depending on which one I choose, but looks like a pretty great TBR to me. Quarter Thorns and Roses for a random color generator with the white, the Ivies for blurbed, L. Kennedy for least, L. Kennedy. The Deal by L. Kennedy for least favorite cover, and Keeping the Moon / If I Stay for shortest book, and Hellbent for monsters. I am excited for January and the reading that will come with it. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both those will mean the absolute world to me. Let me know what's on your January TBR, and if you've read any of the books that I'm gonna read in January, let me know what you thought of them in the comments, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!